Old man talking, and this time I want to show you a little video clip of me going out to pick up the newspaper. It's not that exciting, but I'll talk over it. What I want to chat about is the problems of finding a job when you're a bipolar, or when you have social anxiety, or whatever your mental problem is. Now, when I was a young man, you told nobody that you'd ever been in a mental hospital or that you'd ever received shock treatments. It just wasn't done. But it's a little different today. Still, I do wonder a little bit about making your mental problems too public. Now, in '69, I lost a job when they found out I had been in a mental hospital. That was because of security clearance, and the way the law was written in those days was that if you'd had any mental problems, you couldn't get your secret clearance. So that kind of threw me for a loop. Even before I knew I was bipolar, I realized that, I like to do some strange things. I like to act some things out, and so on and so forth. So after a short time in a research lab where I didn't fit, I got a job in tech editing. And tech editing was wild. I mean, it was rush projects for the aerospace industries. They didn't care exactly how you did it, as long as you got the crew all working together and everything. And I was pretty good at that. I had this cowboy hat, not this one, but one similar to it, that I wore all the time, inside and out. And we'd work all weekend, maybe 10, 12 hours a day on Saturday and Sunday, and then we'd put the proposal all together and hand it over to a courier and drove it to the nearest airport. After it was all done, I'd get up on the desk and I'd say, "Thank you, everyone. You all worked hard. You did a terrific job. I'm really proud of you," etc. None of the other editors did that. That was sort of my signature. After I did it once, I had to do it every time. But the way I would explain my mood changes to those coworkers was simply this. I would say, "It's the new Bob." I'd be real low. All of a sudden, I was bouncing around. Of course, I didn't have any idea I was bipolar. But I would tell her, say, "It's the new Bob." And, of course, the new Bob was very energetic and rushing around and doing all sorts of things. And then I'd calm down, and people wouldn't notice much. And then, boom, it was the new Bob again. Well, after I came out of a mental hospital, after getting that tech ed job pulled out from under me, I was actually on the premises when they escorted me off. I got a job in publishing in Manhattan. And that worked out fine because publishing made allowances for those things. I didn't tell them I'd come out of a mental hospital. And when I went to the recovery group with the other patients, we all agreed that saying you've been in a mental hospital it just wasn't a good idea. I'll doff the hat for now. I told them I'd been writing a book, which I had been writing a book during my time at my parents' home. And they liked me, the way the work was set up. Coming up with something creative was highly valued. And I think that's where the bipolar could shine, and I think that's where my young friends on YouTube can find a niche for themselves in the world of work. I have a BS degree, And unfortunately, there's a lot of demand for, you got to have the degree. But you really don't need a degree for a lot of creative work, such as advertising, television, newspapers, where I was, book publishing, is, magazines would be more attractive. Web, anything on the web that requires a personality, right? I mean, you already showed that you got a personality that can attract viewers to the web. Something in the creative line is what I would suggest you set as your goal now, right? We all got to start somewhere, so maybe we're flipping burgers and having a hard time because we hardly want to go to work one day, and the next day we're clowning around a little too much for the burger manager. So you have to guide yourself through those problems. Get what training you can in a 2 years community college, and hopefully you're a little on the manic side when you go out for your job interview, and you can sell yourself. And believe me, this is one characteristic of bipolars, right? When I'm depressed, I'll do the same thing over and over and over and over, the same exact way. But when I get manic, like I am now, I stop. I think, why am I doing it this way? Shouldn't I maybe change it, And I'll come up with other ideas. And I'll change. And sometimes I'll change be for the better, and I'll never go back. And other times, the change really wasn't that important. It's that ability to come up with new ideas that's still highly prized in our marketplace. And I hope this information is helpful to some of my fellow bipolars out there. This is Old Man talking. Bye-bye.